here. Episode 10. The Gifted Gab Podcast. I want to give a big shout out to Kashan Persian Rugs, Alberta's go-to area rug dealer. Come get your modern traditional pieces. Everything is 20% off with the discount code The Gifted Gab. You know, winter's coming. Floors is about to get cold.
Oh, tough times.
Tough times.
Rough,
you guys
man.
come get your carpets, Persian rugs, modern rugs, Turkish rugs. Got it all. But you know, we're here. We're 10 episodes in now. This is number 10.
Shit, double digits now, man.
It's crazy.
It's double digits, bro. It's crazy.
Started with an idea, and you know,
Came into fruition.
I wanted to address something that I've been seeing in the media a lot lately.
What?
You vape?
Oh no. You do it?
No. I'm not, like, the most you'll see me do is a little shisha.
You know, shisha's worse than smoking, right?
Yeah, but you don't smoke shisha every day.
It's like, apparently it's like 10 times worse than smoking.
Yeah, but you gotta think about it like this. With smoking, you know, if somebody smokes on every 15 they're going outside, they're smoking a cigarette, right? With shisha, for me, I only smoke shisha if I go to a shisha bar or like a hookah spot, which is what, like maybe.
Bro, you're at the local shisha bar every Saturday. I don't want to hear you.
So once a week.
I don't want to hear you.
That's okay.
That's horrible. I mean,
once a week.
So once a week you're dealing with it.
The other 5 days out of the week,
so
I'm getting physical activity.
So who are you to judge people that do vaping?
Vaping is niggas are vaping every 20 seconds.
That is honestly,
and it's nicotine.
Yeah, I know it's nicotine. Yeah, I know that. I know there's some instances where people. One kid hasn't died from it, has it?
I heard some kid was in a coma.
Yeah, I know. I've seen something on the news where a kid had their vape explode.
In their face, and I don't know the specifics behind it. But apparently, like, it wasn't an authentic vape, or I don't know what that means. But that's what people were saying. So the pro vapors were trying to defend it, saying like, "Oh, he got it from China." I'm like, bro, just stop doing it. Just period. But it's not that easy to do. But like you said, at the end of the day, it's nicotine, right? I'll be damned if I was addicted to a fucking USB flash drive.
This guy said USB flash drive. Yo, it looks more professional though. You know what I'm saying?
What looks professional about it?
Vaping?
Yeah.
It's sleek, bro. You just have it in your pot. You know, you pull it out. You're good to go, bro.
It's the same shit as a cigarette.
Bro,
it might be worse.
You never see. This is the thing with vaping. You never see someone on the street ask you, "Yo, do you have extra vape I can borrow, bro, right now, real quick?" You know what I'm saying? Like, if you know you're at the club, you'll never see that. Cigarette smokers will ask anybody and anyone, "Yo, like, you got to smoke, bro? You got a lighter, bro? I'm just trying to light." Nah, like, that's the difference in my opinion.
Here it is right here. E-cigarettes
you see?
Work by converting liquid nicotine into a vapor that the user inhales. It's the same shit as a cigarette. It's just electric.
So you're judging people that vape?
I judge cigarette smokers the same way. I've been giving my parents shit for 20 years for smoking.
Both your parents smoke?
Both of them smoke.
And they haven't stopped. Obviously, it's a tough
habit to kick, obviously, you know. So I can't, like, judge them for that, but, like,
you know, me personally, I've never tried it. I've never been interested in it, and I've never understand why people got into it. Maybe as a young person in high school, or, you know, you're just stressed out or something like that. But I've never understood why people really got into it. That makes sense, but, you know, to each their own.
But, like, it's not good for you.
Well, duh, there's a lot of shit, bro. McDonald's isn't good for you. I see you there every Thursday.
That's a cap. You have never seen me at McDonald's.
Nah, like, that excuse, I don't like that, bro. To say, like, oh, smoking is not good for you, like, there's so many shit as humans that we do that are not good for us, but we still do it anyway.
I just don't see how it's beneficial. But who am I to judge? It's not beneficial at all. Who am I to judge?
Smoking is horrible, but I'm just saying, like, we can't be like, oh, I don't get why people do it. It's not bro. Guys are getting turned up every weekend, having bottles of Hennessy to their face at the club. Like, that, is that good for you?
I mean, no, but
that's my point exactly.
Man, to each their own. I'm not judging.
That's what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm saying? To each their own. Yep. Stay on the fence, buddy. Yeah.
But, you know, if you my friend and I catch you vaping, just know I'm a flame you.
You're not allowing that, eh?
No, I'm gonna flame you.
Let me ask you a question, bro. You know, you're talking to a girl for a while. Not actually a while. You're talking to a girl for a couple weeks. You know, take her out on a first date. Going very well. You know, you do something fun. You know, and have dinner after. After the dinner, y'all go outside. She pulls out a vape.
I'm looking at her different.
What's your reaction?
I'm looking at her different.
You're looking at her different?
Yeah, I'm looking at her different.
The date went well, by the way. Like, you guys were gelling. You guys had a lot of things in common. From the same country, you know, both from Iran. She's beautiful too. You know, same taste in food, music, all that.
And she pulls out a vape.
And she pulls out a vape slowly. She looks at you and she's like, "You don't mind, do you?" What's your answer?
What's that?
Bro,
what's that? Your homework?
So that
you got a presentation
I got my
on
laptop. Got my laptop in my car, man. I just wanted to pull it out early. So that's like your threshold right there. Like, that's just, you're not letting that slide at all, right?
No.
I don't really care that much.
That's offside for you?
But like I don't give a shit that much. But I'm gonna roast you about it. You're never gonna hear the end of that. And anybody that's my nigga that vapes, they'll tell you, like, yo, this guy is always talking mad shit about. Cause whatever I'm gonna say on this, I'm gonna say in real life too. But
the way my guys look at smoking, like cigarettes, period, is like, if you stoop to that level at this age, is like, we look at you like, yo, you're done, bro. Like, that's, sometimes people look at it as like rock bottom, especially in my group, you know. But at the same time, to each their own.
Everybody has different ways of coping.
Exactly.
It's none of my business.
Exactly.
But
you know.
Okay, what first date? You take a girl out on a first date.
Okay.
Everything goes well.
It's going smooth. There's no red flags.
Then you get her Instagram. You up late, scrolling through the activity feed. You see her in the Six Buzz comments arguing with other people. What are you doing? And then you not just one time thing. Constant.
Oh no.
May I ask where this girl is from before I answer that question?
Fuck. I don't know still.
Hypothetical. She's in Brampton.
Yeah, she's on the Six Buzz comments defending Brampton.
And I knew she was from Brampton, and I got her Instagram.
No, you met her in person.
I met her in person. Huh. Well, she's consistent. Like, this is the thing with that, like, the whole comment on Six Buzz thing. I feel like people do it for like clout. A lot of people do it to like get noticed or get likes. Like, I see people do it every single time, and it's like, sis, brother, we get your comment. We see it every time. It's not gonna pop this time. Just relax. Your day will come, but just not today. Just
not comments. Arguing.
Oh, arguing.
Debate.
Oh, full out debate.
Full out defending.
See, to me, that's one of the biggest wastes of time anyone could do. You're arguing with complete strangers. You're probably arguing with a 12-year-old kid who plays Call of Duty on his Xbox every Saturday night. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no point, because people are so ignorant and so, like, a lot of times people are delusional online on Six Buzz and those type of things. And I never understood why.
Six Buzz, YouTube comments. Oh my gosh. Call of Duty, like, remember as a kid you were a gamer as a kid? I never had the online.
You never had the online? Oh, you missed out, bro. Your childhood is looking weak, my guy.
I was outside.
Holy. I was outside too, but, you know, it's balanced with everything, right?
The only thing I played inside was 2K.
Okay.
You know, a little bit Grand Theft Auto.
You're in an online man, eh?
No, I wasn't online man still.
But now online, like, on those type of platforms, people will be like the most heartless, cold on that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Because they're hiding behind the screen.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Could you imagine if you at the gym, you know, some guys pull up, some young white guys, they bring their 5, they whooping you.
What the hell are you talking about?
Let me finish. But they talking that smack like they talking over the Xbox Live.
That's on site. What the hell? Nah. That's on site.
Yeah, white boy wamp a tray on you. So yeah.
He's calling me like derogatory terms. I'm not gonna say them, but yeah, like nah, I'm not letting that slide. Nah. You were throwing hands. You stupid? Are you crazy? Like, what? You think if you're as a man and you let a group of 5 white kids degrade you like that? Hell no, bro. Not even just white kids, anybody.
So
Like
you're throwing hands.
I'm throwing hands, bro.
What if
You're not throwing hands?
What if you're at their rec center?
You're not about to tuck. You're
Of
not about
course
to
I'm
tuck some
throwing
jaws.
Of course I'm throwing hands. Yo, meet me outside.
You know? What if you say? What if they're at? If we're
You're at their rec center.
If I'm at their rec center, you know,
And it's getting bad.
I'm probably in a. What type of area is it though? Like, you know, are you like? Am I gonna be scared going to?
No,
this area?
you're in the suburbs.
Bro, don't say that, man. Shut the fuck up, bro. This guy said suburbs. Like, bro, you can get that shit anywhere, bro.
You're in the suburbs, but these white guys, they whooping on you. They not holding back.
They whooping on me.
They
First of all, who am I? Like, who am I going with my 5? Like, to be getting whooped on like that? Cause that's the question I gotta ask myself. Like, if I'm getting whooped on,
It's just hypothetical. I don't think this will ever happen, but it'd be crazy if it did happen.
it's probably happened to you, haven't it?
Please,
Came to Saga,
please.
got that work
I've never
done.
been to Saga for basketball.
Oh,
not for just.
I think there's a reason.
That's crazy.
I think there's a reason.
It's out of my jurisdiction. Way out of my
There's
jurisdiction.
a little fear incorporated in that too.
No, never that.
You sure?
No, never. Scared.
I'm just asking.
Don't make me pull up.
I'm just asking, bro. Just you gonna pull up?
All the way from Edmonton.
2019, Alex. All right, so I like to see you, man. Okay.
2020. Speaking of basketball, you know, LeBron came through with this Fair Play Act.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was LeBron or if it was his group, you know, his posse, as Phil Jackson calls it.
Yeah.
But what do you think about that move? That's a big move.
I think it's huge. It's a huge move. It's only done in the state of California for right now. It's a bill that was passed. You said it was called the Fair Play Act?
Fair pay.
Fair pay to play
Fair
act.
pay to play act.
Yeah,
That's
it's California SB 206 is what they call it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just reading off my notes right now. It said it would forbid colleges in the state from preventing college athletes from profiting off their name and image. So for the last, you know, as long as I could remember, there's been this complaint of having athletes not being able, like I just said, to profit off their name and to really, I guess, really be susceptible to living like regular. In terms of from a financial standpoint, they can't really make as much money as they wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
And what pops up in mind like right away as I read that was the freaking holy shit, I can't even think right now, bro. What's the guy? Frick, you go. I completely forgot what I was gonna say.
I just think it's
gonna pop back in my mind.
It's a great move because, like, you know, it's not just in the States. People even up in Canada, like,
I think Canada's different though.
Canada's
it's a
way different.
system.
But you know, college athletes. I know people like the general student population looks at college athletes and they say, "Oh, why do these people get so much? You know, like, why are they treated with so much like more
respect and admiration?"
Yeah, not just that. Like they feel like, oh, they get special treatment from teachers or like.
There's a stigma
there's
with
like
that.
A stigma around
There's a huge stigma with that.
And it's because like that shit is hard.
I understand why it's like that. Like we have this image of being like lazy, spoon-fed, entitled, and it's like you said, it's hard. We're balancing a lot of things that would be stressful for a normal student. And it's funny enough, I had a friend who used to play for U of A. He did, I think, 4 or 5 years. He did his whole 5 years, and then he went on and did a year of just a regular student. Mm-hmm. And he said the difference of time was like immaculate. Like his grades went from like low B's, mid B's to like high A's, and he's like, "Yo, everything was a breeze."
Yeah, when I stopped playing my last year of school, I didn't do basketball.
It was,
bro, I graduated on honor roll. Like, I was barely getting by.
Yeah, as
like
a student,
just barely getting my scholarship, and now I'm like I was
now
graduating on honor roll. Like it's crazy, like the time and like, you know, so people look at it and like, yo, these people be treated like this, and this.
Mm-hmm.
It's tough.
So what comes to mind? It just popped back in my mind was like when on UConn, Chappelles Napier, he had a tweet where he's like, "Yo, I can't eat. Like I barely have enough money to put food on the table. Like I'm going to bed hungry, essentially." Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? This is a high caliber student athlete, probably top 10 of his time during that year, and he's tweeting this. He has a following, a huge following, right? So he tweeted that, had a lot of uproar and whatnot, and for a man in that position to say, I go to bed hungry sometimes when you go to a powerhouse high major school, it's like, it's ridiculous.
Because you don't make money.
It's ridiculous. So
that's the reality, though. Like, it's not. Yeah. It's not. You know, you're not working, you're not making money, so it's like, yo, who's paying for you to go to school?
Basketball is work, bro, in a sense where it's our full-time job. We dedicate so much time to it where it's technically almost a 9 to 5.
Mm-hmm.
From traveling to studying film to practices to individual workouts to weightlifting to, you know, study sessions. All of that just accounts for, like, you know, the hours and hours you put in, so...
Yeah, school is a grind. School basketball, it's a grind.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not easy. But the biggest thing you can take from school is the relationships you make at school.
Networking.
Networking.
Yep.
Shit. I know some people that found the love of their life at school.
It happens.
It happens. Kudos to you.
Just not to everyone.
You know. Dating in college is hard.
It's hard, but sometimes it makes it smoother as well too. You have someone to rely on, to fall upon, to support you in times of need.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, it all depends on your relationship, right? Could be stressful.
100%.
You know, long distance too. That's
long distance is that's
tough. A real test right there, bro. Like, I feel like with distance, it either reveals how strong or weak your relationship is.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
100%.
So.
Did you know 36% of Canadians use online dating?
Like, they'll go on their laptop, log on, and see what's popping?
I think Tinder would count.
Online dating?
Yeah.
36%?
Yeah, which is not that much.
You know Facebook has their own online dating shit now? I literally just I was like, what the hell is this?
Saying you tested it out.
I did not test anything out. This is
saying you tried it too.
I did not try anything. You know what I'm saying? Don't slander my name right now, okay?
That's crazy.
But
I want to know how normalized it is to, like, meet people on the internet, because I feel like it's become a little normalized, like, in a sense.
It's more accepted, I think, nowadays.
Way more accepted. Before, you know, your parents would be like, yo, you know, don't talk to strangers.
Yeah.
Now all we do is talk to strangers.
Like, we went to that one comedy show a couple weeks back, and, like, they were asked, like, "Oh, how'd you two meet?" Just two random people in the stands. They're like,
"Oh, Maximini,
yeah."
Shout out Maximini.
And they're just like, "Oh." They hesitate a little bit, look to each other. Like, should we tell the truth? They're like, "Yeah." Tinder. I'm like, I looked around. I'm like, oof, you know what? Kudos to you, just coming out with your truth, just being honest with it. But I think it is being more accepted nowadays.
We gotta ask a girl. We're gonna have a girl on here next episode.
Yeah.
You know, kind of
surprise guest. We're not gonna reveal any names right now, but.
Mm-hmm. But I don't know. For men, I don't think, like, men don't really give a shit. Like,
on online dating.
The thing is, I said this, I think, in episode 5. Like, men, we have high standards when it comes to, like, well, I speak for myself. Yeah, I got high standards. I don't know about André, but, you know, but, like, when it comes to, like, the way we meet people, standards aren't really that, like, we don't really care, you know. Like, if we meet someone, I don't really care how I meet someone. You know, all that matters is how it goes after that.
True. I'm looking at your morals first and foremost, but, like, I think there is a correlation between where you meet someone and how they are as a person.
I don't think so.
I think so.
So you think
100%.
If you meet a chick at the club?
No, I'm saying that you can meet a chick at the club and have them turn into to be your wife, right?
100%.
You know what I'm saying? But I mean, like, 10, like, if you meet 10 chicks at the club,
mm-hmm.
or 10 chicks at school or at the library, which chicks do you think are going to have more of a sound mentality or more of a forward mentality for their future and, you know, for themselves?
You can't.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Okay, let's just be honest. Let's keep it a buck right now, man.
Mm-hmm.
Just keep it a buck between me and you. Just keep it
mm-hmm.
a buck, bro.
Cause
what's the percentage? Man, shut the hell up.
I look at it like, yo, I'm a wholesome individual, and I'd be.
Oh my gosh!
I'm a wholesome.
Shut the hell up, bro! I don't want to hear this whole.
If someone meets me and I'm a good catch. What you talking about?
Good catch?
Hell yeah,
bro. How many times you been caught, bro?
What do you mean?
You like triple digits right now? Like,
I'm not a Pokemon.
all right, Squirtle. Move for me, bro.
That's crazy.
But
that's crazy.
Like I think I'm not saying it has a big deal to do with it, but I think there might be a slight correlation between where you meet someone and like.
I don't really think so. Cause like, okay, like we was at the comedy show. Those two people met on Tinder.
Yeah.
What they say they were engaged?
Yeah, bro. But I get.
Like, yo,
could you ever take a person seriously if you met him off Tinder?
I have so many Tinder stories.
Have you ever took him seriously?
No.
Exactly. Point proven. Me personally, I couldn't.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
That's just me. I'm probably wrong for that, but that's just how I feel. Like I.
What about someone in your DMs? Could you take them seriously?
On IG, if they DM me first, or I DM them?
Whatever.
Yeah, I could.
If they, they found you, they liked 2 pictures.
Mm-hmm.
You liked 1.
Okay.
They liked 1 more.
Okay.
When's the green light? After you like the next one? Who slides first?
I think the green light is just, you're reading it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to shoot your shot, shoot your shot. I don't think there is a light. If a girl because there's times where like a girl will like 2 pics, you'll DM, you'll get hard.
Here's the thing though, like, ladies, like, go for what you want. Because if you waiting for niggas to come for you,
that's a fact.
You can be real disappointed because you might attract
the wrong type of gentleman.
You might attract a lot of
I think when I've said this before, but I think when women start shooting their shot on who they want, they'll start ending up with who they want. As simple as that sounds, as opposed to just letting the men shoot their shot, letting those guys come to you. Every now and then, just explore the horizons, explore the scene a little bit.
Don't be shy. Branch out.
And no, I'm not talking about thinking of him. I'm talking about just really shooting your shot. I don't want to hear about all this manifestation or like 1 pick at 2 a.m. Actually shoot your shot. You know what I'm saying?
That's not shooting your shot? Like
honestly, I lied. I liking a pick at 2 a.m. That's shooting your shot hours, I was going to say.
Is it shooting your shot?
Hell yeah. 2 a.m.?
I don't know.
That's when the TL is, well, it depends what day, but the TL is either very sleep because, everyone got work and school the next morning, or, yeah, I think it's just that.
I think it's just funny how, how normalized it's come, Look at this stat. 53% of people lie on their online dating profile. Here's what they're lying about. Age, height, weight. I know a couple niggas that lie on the height.
I'm sitting right next to one.
Wow, that's crazy. Listen, I'm 6 feet. I identify as 6'1".
I'm out of here, bro. I'm out of here.
I'm dead at 6 feet. I don't know why people. Why is it so hard to believe?
You're not 6 feet, brother.
Why?
Maybe in some Timberlands.
Put some respect on my name.
On a good day.
Next episode, we're gonna bring out some measuring tape.
This guy says 6. Yo, I'm tired of this guy saying 6 feet. Like this is getting ridiculous.
How is that?
You're
ridiculous?
like 5'10" fat
That's
tops.
crazy.
There's a reason why he's growing that little high top right now. That's too.
Crazy.
Get
My
those
pops is 5'10", and I'm taller than my pops.
You're not tall. You're like the same height as your pops.
This is blasphemous.
I seen you standing. I could ask your bro right now. He'd be like, "Yeah." You like 5'11",
when chicks
5'10".
meet me, they're like, "Oh, okay."
They're like,
You're
"Oh,
not taller than I expected."
that's wow, wow."
I'm 6 feet.
That's what we're gonna lie like that right now.
That's the thing, because when I say I'm 6 feet, they think, "Oh, he's boosting." Then they realize I'm not boosting when they see me.
The only thing you're boosting is those Air Maxes. The Boost 95s. Come on,
Fuck
bro.
outta here, man.
It's the only thing I see.
Got good genes. But yeah, age, height, weight, job, and income. Don't lie.
Those are big categories. And to lie, 50. You said 53%.
53%.
See, that's why I couldn't take those type of things seriously.
Have you ever met someone first? It's about to be your first date. You met them online, and
like Instagram, doesn't matter, any type of platform. Okay.
Whatever platform, you pull up. They don't look anything like they do in their pictures.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah.
How often does that happen to you?
I don't really meet people online like that recently, actually, but that might have happened maybe twice, maybe 3 times where like I was completely shocked. And the thing is, like, when I react to it, I don't let them know that I'm shocked. I kind of like play it off. I don't want to be an asshole with it, right? So I'll kind of play it off, like, you know, enjoy the rest of the night. But I know I've already made up my mind, like, yo, there's no way this is going any further than tonight.
You feel betrayed?
I just feel lied to. I had trust and faith in you, dear. This is what you gonna do to me?
Damn.
No, I'm talking shit. But yeah, no, I've probably maybe only 2 or 3 times where that happened. So, what about you?
A handful of times.
A handful?
Handful, like 4.
Recently?
No, not recently.
Not recently?
Not recently. But like when I was younger.
Oh, okay. Like
I don't like. Same thing. You play it cool, and then when you get home, you
don't want to be a jackass with it, but at the same time, like, you know good and well, you will probably not.
Because what are you supposed to do? Like, what are you really supposed to do? If you're talking to someone online and you think they look a certain way, it sounds shallow as hell, but you gotta look at it like that's the only reference they have, like, to go off. You know what I mean? So if that is a lie, and it might not be intentionally be a lie, you know. Some girls is good. They know their angles.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? They can manipulate the camera.
But there's hints. There's subtle hints where you can tell, yeah, this girl's a pump fake. Like, if all her pictures are neck up or chest up.
My homie gave me the best pump fake.
What?
The best catch.
What?
Shout out my nigga.
If there's friends in all her photos?
No, my homie. Shout out my homie. He knows when I say which one it is.
Let me hear this.
You look at their arm. He said, you look at that arm. If they arm in the picture, it'll tell you everything you need to know.
I disagree, bro.
Nah.
I disagree.
Nah. You'll know, man. You'll know.
Cause like, I feel like if there's only chest up pictures, man. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, all the pictures are just chest up.
If it's chest up, take a look at that arm. Take a look at that bicep.
No, I'm saying selfies.
Yeah. You know they get the angle, you get a little bicep in there.
True.
That'll tell you everything.
Everything.
Everything you need to know.
Yeah, you know. It's interesting. It's very interesting. Do you have any like funny first date stories or things that you went through?
I talked about the vegan story.
Yeah, we heard that one.
That one was the most outlandish shit. But, you know, like I can't make that up. Like, I just can't make.
That's absurd, to be honest. You have any new material?
No, I'm trying to. I don't.
Anything you want to share with the with fellow gabbers?
Crazy first date stories. Oh no.
I got one which is pretty filthy, actually. Disgusting. It was a double date, you can kind of call it.
Well, I'm listening. I'm tuned in.
All right, we here. Okay, let's get it started. I was in Montreal with my guy. You know, we went out to eat, and it wasn't really like one of those planned first dates where we're gonna meet here, go here, right? We met these 2 girls, me and my guy. We met them too, and then we kind of just went for a walk. Went to get a little snack on the side of the road too as well, and then we told them we're gonna go back to the hotel quickly. Just gonna grab a few things and we'll head out, right? So these 2 girls insisted on them coming in. Like, they're like, yeah, let me just check like the hotel that you're in. Like, I want to see it. I'm looking at my guy like, shit. Okay, all right, cool. All right. So we go.
Do I know the other party in the story?
My guy?
Yeah.
You definitely do.
Okay.
You most certainly do. Well, anyways, so we go in the hotel, man, and I'm just grabbing a few things from my luggage, and the craziest thing happened, bro. So my guy had his, like, you know when you travel, you have those kits where you have like the deodorant, toothpaste, you know, like those little bags.
Toiletry?
Yeah, toiletry items, right? Yeah. So he had it.
Need that.
He had it on his dresser. He didn't put it in the washroom at the time. He had it on his dresser. And we were just casually talking, all 4 of us. And I look up, turn around. This girl has the deodorant of my guy, starts wiping it on her arms, casually talking as if she's not doing it. She's like, yeah, no, there's a lot to do here in Montreal. Like, You trying to go clubbing? We can go clubbing. There's a restaurant down the road too.
Bruh.
Trust me.
So she used Bull's deodorant.
She used my guy's deodorant like it didn't happen. It's not. She didn't ask either, bro. I can no word of a lie. I can't make this up, bro. My guy could testify me. I can't make this up. Like she was. I'm more pissed about the fact that she didn't ask, and two, she went about it like it didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? As soon as I seen it, I looked at my guy's face and his reaction, bro. I kid you not, was probably one of the funniest I see to this day.
You Montreal chicks are disgusting.
Wow. I'm just saying what I've experienced. You're telling me
like, a chick walked into your room, your hotel room.
Yes.
Carried the conversation like normal.
Like it didn't happen.
Picked up my man's deodorant and used it like it was his.
My guy. On everything I love, I cannot make this up. This happened.
That's crazy.
True story. But anyways, yeah, that's... I guess you can call that a first double date, or I don't know what you want to call that. But after that moment, I'm like, I don't know if I ever want to come back here. Honestly, I like Montreal, though. There's a lot to do out there. It was cool people. Nice architecture. But that experience was like...
I can't top that. She's getting ghosted. 100%. She 100%.
It's deodorant. Like, come on.
She didn't even ask.
First of all, why are you even interested?
But the way you told the story, she knew exactly what she was trying to do. She needed some deodorant. She really needed that deodorant. She said, "No, let us come in."
But how often do you expect a group of girls to insist to come into the hotel? You know, it's like 9 p.m., 10 p.m. and say, "Yo, I want to check it out. I need it." And you think the first thing that's going through her mind is that, "Shit, I needed some deodorant. I'm sweating right now."
I'm flabbergasted.
Duh, that's absurd, man. I don't know how. I still think about that to this day, man.
She gotta get ghosted for that one still.
To this day, man.
I'm ghosting her. Is it okay to ghost people?
For the right reasons? Hell yeah. Not everyone deserves an explanation.
I agree.
You know, you gotta set boundaries for yourself. You can't give your, like I said before, you can't give your explanation just simply because they want it or they're asking for it. Like, nah. I've never understood like the term, or like when people want to leave on good terms, or like, you know, want to close up the pain or the hurt that they've encountered. Like, nah, like just leave it as it is. That's a trap in itself.
I think when people, you know, understand that, like, you gotta go through life understanding that nobody owes you anything.
Like closure, I never understood that.
Nobody owes you that. Nobody owes you anything.
Nothing.
Like, if you want to drive yourself crazy because you want some closure, that's because you want closure. Then a man doesn't owe you that. I've been ghosted before. I carry on my life. Who gives a fuck?
That's what it is, man. Like, we've all been ghosted, bro. Like,
yeah, I'm not putting all my eggs in one basket anyway.
You can't.
Like, why should I be mad because somebody don't want to fuck? Okay, it's your loss, shorty. Shit
is what it is, you know. But
like, nobody owes you that. Nobody owes you closure. Nobody owes you any of that. You know,
I've never seen, maybe I might be wrong about this, but I've never seen an instance where both parties insist on wanting closure. It's either one or the other. Like,
I think closure is bullshit.
What do you think about being friends with your ex?
I'm friends with some of my exes.
You're friends with some of your exes?
Yeah.
How are they? Is it like platonic relationships, or like you guys?
Yeah.
What do you guys talk about? What the fuck?
There's nothing to talk about.
So you're cordial. You're not friends. Yeah. You're like friends insist that like you guys talk like once a week or so.
Oh no.
You're cordial. You can be cordial with ex, but you're not like, I'm talking like being friends with your ex. Like you guys are still talking.
From a guy's perspective, I don't really. Yeah, you can keep it platonic. I don't know, man. A lot of niggas is not like me.
This guy said, "I don't know, bro." So
I really just don't give a shit.
Let me give you a scenario. You'll go out to the club one night, a little sauced. You know, you got about 3, 4, 5. Actually, I'll say you got like 5 rum and cokes in you. You down half a bottle of Henny.
Oh, I ain't touching the Henny.
You know, you leave the club and you see your ex out there, right? She grilling you, right? You know, since you guys are cordial, you might have chit-chatted every now and then, but she sees you. She's like, "Oh, what's up? How'd you like the club?" You're like, "Yeah, it was cool. You know, what you doing right now?"
I'm going home
About to get something
by
to eat.
myself.
About to get something to eat. You want to come? Da-da-da. Yeah, sure, I'll come. You know what I'm saying? You think you can keep it strictly platonic in those situations where you're drunk out of your mind, and you know you could use the excuse of, sorry, girl, honey, I was drunk. I didn't mean to do it with my ex. Like, you know, you could use that scenario. So, like,
I don't drink, first of all, so I can't.
I'm saying hypothetical situation.
5 minutes later.
I don't know, man.
You're gonna be tempted in those scenarios, bro.
Well, like, I just wouldn't put myself in that situation in the first place.
Okay, I'm saying a hypothetical situation, bro. That's why I think
I'd
like,
be able to go home and like keep it platonic.
keep it platonic. Okay.
But like, there's so many other options in the club, so I wouldn't go with it. I wouldn't.
But like, you're comfortable with that. You
I don't want comfort. I don't want comfort. I want the unknown.
People want comfort. What are you talking about?
New pussy's the best pussy.
Oh man! Wow! Holy smokes, bro! Yeah. Oh man!
You know I'm good for one of those.
Keep going, bro.
I'm good for one of those.
Holy, this guy, yeah, bro.
Nah, I don't want what's comfortable.
You don't want comfort. You want the unknown.
I want what's
You don't want the guaranteed.
No.
That's the thing with guys too. Like, I feel like as guys, like, if we had the option between, it's late night, something that's guaranteed that you had multiple times, over the potential of having something that you never had, but it's not for sure that you'll get it.
I'm going for what I never had.
You're going for what you never had. That's what I'm saying. A lot of guys feel that way too, where it's just like, it's part of it is too is like it's about the chase as well. You want to like feel like you earned that, right? You want to feel like, yeah, like it's almost like a power complex in a sense. But yeah, I know a lot of guys were like,
one time is fine with me, or whatever Drake said. It's something like that, right? One time is fine with me. That's the line, right?
I don't even know what the hell you talking about, man.
Shout out Champagne Poppy.
Shout out Drake though.
Nah, man. I don't know, man. Like,
I'm
not one of those niggas that's out till 5 a.m. trying to get some pussy. That's a lot of you'll be very surprised.
Wait,
there's a lot of guys like that.
You wanna borrow this, bro?
Borrow what?
My cap?
I'm not capping.
You can borrow this if you want to, bro. Like, that's crazy.
I'm not capping.
You said you're not one of those guys that stayed up till 5 a.m.?
No, I'm not outside the crib at 5 a.m. If it's not waking up, getting out of that crib at 5 a.m. I'm not staying out till 5 a.m. I have no business being out till 5 a.m.
When the latest you stayed out till, like, recently? Like,
Recently?
Yeah.
Probably like 3. Maybe 4.
So what's the difference between 4 and 5 then, bro?
Because, like, if you go out and get some food or whatever,
yeah,
and then you go to the crib and you're up, that's different. But if I'm still outside and the sun is come out,
nah, the worst is when you hear birds chirping, bro. You go back home, bro. That's the worst.
I'm not out that time.
I've done those a couple of times, bro. Like, I'll go home and it's like, damn.
I'm not 19 anymore.
Have you ever gone home, like, as a kid? You've gone home, and the moment you get home, your parents are waking up.
Oh yeah,
that's top 10 right there, bro.
Oh yeah,
that's a horrible feeling.
Now
but
I'm like, no, I'm not. No. What business do I have being out at 5 a.m. till 5 a.m.?
It's just part of that's adulting life, man. Like, you're adults now, where it's just,
There's niggas that are like, they'll leave the club and be like, okay, yo, we're going to after hours. And miss me with that shit. I'm going home. There's no need to push your luck.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, man, but yeah, like you said, yeah, there's no need to push your luck in those senses.
You know what? And that's really why I don't drink. Because, like, if you drink, okay, if you get slapped on Friday night, Saturday, you're going to be fucking hungover.
I think a big, keep going.
You got to, like, recover.
Yeah.
What?
That's a whole day.
That's a whole day.
You know the big part of it too? You want
to drink on Friday.
Yo, but that's part of like it's a big part of like sports culture, in that playing basketball as well too. that team dynamic involves a lot of, you know, alcohol
and all
consumption. You know what I'm saying? So like
100%.
now that you're not part of the team anymore, it's like you can have the you're free from those influences where it's easier to say no to this and that, right?
You have the agency to make your own decisions and just do what you want to do. And that's the thing I always say about like playing basketball is like you're part of a big picture, but at the same time you can lose yourself in that big picture. Do you know what I'm saying? Because like everything is like you're you know,
you're trying to satisfy sometimes everyone else's, you know. You want to be liked at the end of the day, right? So it's like when you try to be liked, you try to, like I said, satisfy other people's opinions of you. Mm-hmm. And when you do that, you kind of sacrifice yourself.
Lost, and I don't think that's something like we don't talk about that enough. Not us, like in general. There's no discourse about like, yo, what about the mental health of like athletes? Mm-hmm. Do you know what I'm saying? Athletes that are in the game or athletes that step away from the game.
It's so important,
which is very, very common. It's like, yo, you have an identity with this, you know, and when you separate yourself from this, you know, what is your identity? Mm-hmm. Do you know what I'm saying? And identity is really big in this shit because it's like, yo, I don't play basketball anymore. Okay, up until now, all I've been known for
it's just waking up, working out, like your whole life has been programmed around this one sport. Mm-hmm. Take that sport out of your life, it's like you're missing this big chunk of your life now. So like, what do you fill that with?
That's why I admire guys like, you know, Dame Lillard or like who else?
Guys that are doing something else besides just basketball. Yeah, I feel you. Like
there's a lot of guys that are doing that. Dame is the first one that comes to mind.
Oladipo actually does. He's a great singer actually. Yep.
Who else? Mike Kabongo.
Yeah.
Yep. Like guys that you know
are spreading their wings out a bit. Yeah.
Like you're doing more than just basketball. So the basketball isn't the only thing that, you know,
they're not essentially letting it define them.
Exactly.
You know, so
shout out to guys like that, you know. Mm. That's like, you can be whatever you want to be. You know what I'm saying? So why limit yourself to just being a basketball player?
Facts.
To just being a student. To just being, you know, this, you know. There's guys out here that are like, oh yeah, I act, I rap, I sing, I DJ, yeah, do that. That's what you should be doing. Do everything. Like, yeah, you gotta focus on one thing.
I was gonna say, I get that. Yeah, you gotta be narrowed down a little bit, you know.
100%. But if you can find a way to tie them into one thing, like, why wouldn't
you? Don't want to be a jack of all trades and master of none. You know what I'm saying? So that's. You gotta be specific in a sense, but yeah, I feel you.
I think there's like one thing to keep you active, one thing to keep you creative, one thing that makes you money,
and then one thing that the world needs. You know, so
yeah, you know. So like, what is like, you know, guys that are listening, guys, girls, whatever, you listen to this right now. What is it, that thing that you identify with, or that identifies you? Is it something that's out of your control, or is it something that, you know, you have like successes on your terms? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, because with basketball, it's very tough. Like, yeah, you can put up the numbers, but at the end of the day, it's like, okay, you know, this front office has to like this guy to sign this guy. That's subjective.
Yeah. Basketball's a lot. This is the thing that separates basketball from a lot of sports, where it's not just stat based. It's so much other areas around it, where it's like, you take a sport like track and field, you can't argue that this guy's time was better than this guy's time. Like, there's no other dynamic that's involved. Well, I mean, there may be a few others. It's
based off merit,
but it's based off of simply track and field. It's based off of simply just numbers. Mm-hmm. You can't argue and say he has better character and he adds more to the team, but he was, you know, half a second slower than B. Mm-hmm. Where it's just like, nah, like A was quicker than B. Well, we're gonna take A. In basketball, you have so many other dynamics, so many other, you know, aspects to it, where it's just it's tougher to navigate around sometimes.
Even podcasts, music, it's very subjective, because some people might not like our podcast. Some people might not like Jay-Z's last album. Do you know what I'm saying? But like,
that's just art in general, right?
Art in general, yeah.
Not everyone's gonna like what you put out. So
100%. But that, you know, for people that are listening, you know, like, what is it that you know, what do you identify with? What identifies you? What is it at the end of the day? They're like, okay, you know, I'm happy because I got this, and this done, and not because this, and this person approved of it. You know, or this, and this. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You just, you know, make dope shit. You know, be you.
Facts. Be you. That's the
Be
biggest.
you.
Yeah.
In a world that doesn't want you to be yourself. You know, in a world that will like try to like, you know, put you in a box. Step outside that box. You know. It's tough though. It's really tough, especially in like, you know, when you take into account all the extracurricular shit, you know, like dating, you know, like, you know, friends, you know, like, I don't know, there's just like so much other shit you could be doing that could distract you from what you really want.
Yeah.
What you really want to do, what really like makes you happy. You know, I know money makes everybody happy, but
It usually does. People usually say, "Oh, money doesn't buy happiness."
Please.
Yeah, man.
Money.
I've been happy. I've been happy sometimes when I bought a couple things. So I'll be honest. You know.
Believe
but,
it.
And like, you know, I was watching Bill Burr's Netflix special,
mm.
and like I like Bill Burr is one of my favorite comedians. You know, that's probably one of the only white guys that stick in there with the black guys and the.
He's invited to the barbecue?
Yeah, no. Bill Burr's
invited?
invited.
Okay.
He's invited to the cookout.
Okay.
You know, right after like how Chappelle's stuff was like super controversial.
Yeah.
Bill Burr's stuff was just as controversial.
Yeah.
But nobody's saying anything about Bill Burr.
No, well, a couple people, but it's not getting as much backlash as a Chappelle.
As Chappelle. Why is that?
It's funny too because they're both produced on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
Same platform.
Mm-hmm.
Same viewership.
Mm-hmm. I hate to be the guy to pull the race card.
You think it's race involved?
Bill Burr's stuff might be more. No, it's not as.
I was gonna say it's not
because like Chappelle was talking about like
he was talking about the
sex with Shaw. Yeah. But that's comedy. That's the way, like, that's how comedy is. Like, somebody has to speak on these things.
Side note, did you know Bill Burr's special is currently sitting at 86% on Rotten Tomatoes? Well, I believe, don't quote me on this, I believe Chappelle was sitting at 17% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, but like we were just saying, subjective.
It is subjective, but that's a huge discrepancy, my guy.
It's crazy.
With similar comedic styles, that's a very, very huge discrepancy. Very huge difference.
I want to look that up. 17%.
I believe, yeah. I believe, don't quote me on that, but I believe seeing or reading, 17% on Rotten Tomatoes. I think another thing too is we have to talk about cancel culture, where it's basically a culture of just that canceling, people of influence for doing relatively offensive things towards marginalized groups.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they're successful, sometimes it's not, but it's basically just boycotting like their brand or their image, to not allow them to, go further within their business or whatever they be doing, right? So, it's cancel culture it's right in its own way, but I think sometimes it can be overly sensitive. We talked about that on the last episode too, but I think that's something that needs to be talked about and discussed. Where Dave Chappelle, there's a lot of people that wanted, trying to boycott his act and just say, "Oh, don't watch this, don't do this, and that." But at the end of the day, you clicked his face on Netflix.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So it's different. It's very different.
Comedy's one of the hardest.
It's hard to navigate around, especially, right?
It's 31% on Rotten Tomatoes.
31. Okay, 31 to 86.
That's crazy.
It's enormous, bro.
That's crazy.
So.
But here's the thing I like about Rotten Tomatoes. They have a.
You like Rotten Tomatoes, bro?
No, this is what I like about it, is they have a tomato meter like the critics.
Yeah.
And they have like an audience score.
Yeah, audience score. Yeah.
So it's 31% on the critic side, but 99% on the audience side.
I've never really took the critics seriously, man.
Yeah.
Never.
I don't take the critics seriously.
How are you a professional critic? Like, what standards do you have to, like, no, honestly, like,
Let's talk about that.
let's talk, like, who put you in the authority to say, I'm the overseer of how this movie's going to be viewed? You know, like, how?
Yeah,
Is my opinion the same as yours? No.
exactly. That's why I think critics is bullshit. Like,
Come
I'm
on,
sorry.
bro.
I'm not to knock your job. I'm sorry. I know you guys have a job
These
to
guys
do.
I think they're probably analyzing it more from a theatrical standpoint, but
No, because like here's the thing, bro. How do you like? What qualifies you to be a critic? What are the qualifications?
that's a good question.
What are the qualifications?
You don't go to school for that, do you?
I don't know.
You have to pass a test?
I don't know.
Who makes that test?
What like is it just like are you like? Cause like I'm pretty sure you have to be a journalist, but like there's so many journalists, and journalism is like is also subjective.
Well, it's essentially writing. A lot of it has to do with writing, right? But yeah, it is subjective. It's opinion based.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I never understood why there is a thing called professional critics. How are you, like, what?
And here's the thing, like I have to make race because race makes the most sense of it.
You gonna throw that in there?
I have to. Okay. A white guy watching Chappelle's like stand up
Mm-hmm.
is not gonna look at it the way a black guy watching Chappelle's stand up is,
Elaborate.
because like black people are not sensitive to certain shit. Like we can like we're sensitive to maybe these three things, while this marginalized group is sensitive to these three topics, while white people might be sensitive to three completely different
I don't know,
topics.
man. I think I don't know if you can group all of us in one category like that. Like, all black people aren't the same, right? So you have
100%.
You have LG part of that community, LGBTQ2S plus.
Because then
They might
it
be more
intersects.
sensitive,
'Cause,
right?
like, yeah, you might intersect with conflicting groups and cultures.
Exactly.
Right?
But
So
that's-
what might offend you, right? So like, okay, say if I'm gay and black,
Yeah.
right? Maybe there's like 6 or 7 things that might be offensive to me.
Yeah.
Whereas like a white guy, there's maybe like 4 things offensive to him, right? But just a black guy, maybe just only 3.
Okay,
right?
so you're talking in terms of just being a normal heterosexual black individual.
I'm saying in comparison to all the different groups and when the groups intersect,
Yeah.
right? When 2 different groups, like, okay, bi and black,
Yeah.
or gay and white, right?
You saying they're more sensitive? Just like,
No, they might be sensitive to more topics, right?
yeah, they're more sensitive.
Yeah, which is okay. So like, who are the like when there's critics? Okay, if you have a critic who's sensitive to this, and this, and he watches this special, he might give it a bad review because
It's
he's
more,
biased.
it's hitting home.
He's
Yeah,
hitting
it's
home, right? As opposed to like this guy watching this
Mm-hmm.
who doesn't find it sensitive or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's all subjective,
yeah.
right? It's the same way like when I tell people, oh, like my favorite rapper is Jay-Z. Young niggas are looking like what is wrong
What the
with
hell?
this?
It's not Uzi, bro. You what the?
Do you know what
the
I'm saying?
hell?
But that's because my
Yeah.
intersection, like I'm come from this time.
You don't listen to Future. You don't
course I
listen to
listen to
21.
Of course, I listen to Future.
Shit, nah. But yeah, I know what you're saying though.
You know
I know
what
what
I'm
you're
saying?
saying. Yeah.
Like there's so
But-
much like factors that how can you just say, oh, this guy's a professional critic?
I don't know if you could say that entirely black people are less sensitive to topics compared to white people or other races. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that. I think it's not a black or white thing. I think each group
Has
their own sensitivities. It's not just literally black or white.
No, it's not a binary.
Literally,
You're right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's
But I think it's more. It goes more specific than that. It's a lot more. Yeah, it's a lot more specific than that. So
I think Bill Burr's special was amazing. Dave Chappelle's special was also amazing. Right, the audience score speaks for itself. It is what it is.
Yeah, I remember seeing some of Bill Burr's stuff last year, and basically he was talking about making some black jokes, and I found it kind of funny though. Like he was saying one thing about like how as black people we can't wear the same fit or same T-shirt within like a 10-day span, or else you get someone's gonna bring it up and be like, oh, you wore that shirt last Tuesday. What you doing? What you doing, bro? Like, come on.
I have a fucking washing
Fix
machine,
up.
EDI.
Fix up, man.
But
it's
man, to each their own, man. Some people will like this podcast.
To each their own.
Some people won't.
To each their own. Facts.
But we're gonna keep making episodes for the people that do. And on that note,
we'll
wrap it up.
Appreciate you guys tuning in.
Episode 10. Stay tuned. We got special, episode coming up. Episode 11 will be really special. Subscribe to our YouTube. Unsubscribe. Subscribe. And just like that.
We out of here.
We gone.
All right.